at the marina waiting for the good karma to come back. Ryan had an amazing charter today. I'm so excited, and so excited for our client. He is a longtime client, so excited to see him too. Gosh, when you're in sales and you have a business as well, you have to make the tough call on a lot of things. And as you get older and you gain more experience, sometimes it's like the universe gives you even more and more things that you need to handle. And it becomes truly a opportunity to see how you can handle pressure and be able to move with ups and downs and be able to know that everything will work out, even if it may be a really rough ride. And again, I've had my fair share of rough rides. Something that is kind of going on, but again, I know is going to work out, made me think of something that happened to me when I started in my sales journey back in 2009. So this happened, I believe, in like 2010 when I went to China with my sales manager. So I went to China and Vietnam for several weeks all by myself. I had never been there before. I met him there and we toured factories. So we weren't doing like a luxurious trip around China and Vietnam and Hong Kong. It was factories, and that is definitely a very different type of experience. So one of the things that happened was I had to try to get hold of someone in a pinch at like midnight China time that lived in New York because we needed a wire. So we needed the wire in order to go visit the factory and to continue on with the order. So I had to figure out and make a tough call of how I could get in touch with this person. And I didn't quite do it maybe you could say the most ethical or kind way, but I did get him on the phone. I got him on the phone. And I at least got the wire so the factory could move forward. However, didn't do much good for the relationship. No. And at the end of the day, pretty much the whole thing fell through, which actually ended up not being my fault at all. It was more of a quality control and passing all the standardized tests that this company needed to be passed. That didn't happen. So that was actually on the side of the factory, not on my side. But, it just goes to show that sometimes you have to make a tough call and you have to be able to hold the pressure of that. And sometimes it's not so fun. And I remember afterwards, I called and apologized, and I owned what I did. And I tried to explain that I was in a tough spot, but he didn't want to hear it. And I didn't blame him. I mean, honestly, I would have moved through it, but this person is not me. So they didn't, and that's okay. I can respect it. And I ended up leaving that company anyways because there was just too much chaos, and it was really tough sales job. People, if you can handle working with factories overseas with no leads, you're the person bringing in the leads, you're the person dealing with the factories overseas, and you're the person that is pretty much on the front line in the United States, pretty much by yourself, and your manager is here and there and everywhere. You can pretty much sell anything. It's actually true. So I think that it's just important for people to really understand that. So if you are in sales or if you're a business owner, if you are going through a time that is tough and you have to make some tough decisions and you have to try to figure out how to get stuff done as ethically as possible, know that that's just kind of part of the gig. And are you going to get it right every single time? No. I was between a rock and a hard place, standing on a street in a factory town outside of some random karaoke bar someplace in China by myself, blonde chick, I was in my 30s. So it was not a fun experience. Technology was not what it is now. Back then, we had Skype and that was it. And so, I tried to keep in touch with Ryan as best as I could, but that was really hard because all we had is Skype. So the two of you had to be connected in order for Skype to work, right? If you even remember what Skype is, you might not. But anyhow, so I just want to jump on. That is one reason why mentorship in sales is so important, because that's primarily the gig, is being able to hold the pressure, be able to keep going, being able to deal with situations, and having mentorship there for those types of things is really, really important. And I didn't have anybody. So hence, actually, that's one of the reasons why I'm now a mentor. Bye for now.